Hello everybody, it's ID to this. Welcome to MyTube. It's not your tube, it's not their tube. This is MyTube, the show where I share my life stories and life experiences. That's what the show is about. If you've seen this show previously, then you know I rant about anybody I know personally. It could be my parents, one of my sisters, or one of my brothers. It can be about anyone I personally know, or it could be a random stranger I happen to bump into and have a mishap about. It could be the homeless living under the highway. Anybody, nobody is off limits. I will cut a promo on them and I will completely bury them and discredit them on this show. That's what it's about. Me and my life stories and experience is not just about that. That is the, in my opinion, the most entertaining aspect of this series, but it could also be me giving a life lesson opinion based on my experience and giving you some advice based on how I lived in the 29, nearly 30 years that I've been alive on this earth. Okay? I may also complain about a thing or two that there is to complain about, whether it's a franchise or a television show or whatever that affected me. Well, not really a TV show, but something for, let's say I went out to eat with the wife and there's a mishap. I'll talk about it. If something was broken and not fixed properly here at our home, I'll talk and ramble about that as well. Okay? Just a quick rehab about what the show is. So let's get started. I have a few things in mind, some we'll spontaneously talk about. First of all, yesterday I was recording, I was in the process of recording a video, and I had the camera I'm using now, had it with this stand. This is the camera stand that my wife got me last year for my birthday. If you recall seeing it in the blog, if you saw it. But then out of a sudden, snap, and now it's broken. And now because it doesn't have 3 legs, it won't balance well, so it's completely useless now. But because I'm a hoarder, as it's been well documented, I've mentioned it at least 3 to 4 times. Not exactly on this series, but on multiple vlogs in the past. That's why I've kept it. And who knows, maybe it's useful in other angles. And in still tall style, it ain't working. It ain't cutting it. So as useful as that was for a long time, it's now broken. And now I got the camera, here in front of me. I gotta put stuff one on top of each other and put the camera down top of it. It's just, you deal with it. Life hacks, so to speak. So you'll see. Another thing to talk about. Of course, that's replaceable. You can buy that. The other day, last week, I woke up from a nap, and you know how if I have these 3 pops, right? WWE Superstars The New Day that I got on Toys R Us right before they closed, about 2 or 3 days before they finalized closed Toys R Us forever. So I got these 3 New Day pops. Were the last toys I purchased at our local Toys R Us. Alright, so I wake up, and okay, nothing new. One of them is on the floor, two of them is on the floor. It happens all the time. My daughter gets to my box toys and she takes them out and she throws things around with it. So I saw it, nothing new. After a little bit after that, my wife took her, I believe, to her room to try and give her a nap, or put her in her room so she could play her bedroom. For whatever reason, she took her. I don't recall. I'm not sure, but that's irrelevant to the story. So then, I'm like, okay, my daughter's done playing with the toys I have here in the living room. So let me tidy up. Let me pick them up. About 3 or 4 toys were on the floor. But when the Xavier Woods pop of the new day, I noticed this. You see right here? No unicorn on Xavier Woods. What happened to it? I asked her, and she's like, oh, that's what I saw on the floor. That's what that was. It's a good thing I didn't throw it. And then she goes and gets it. She gives it to me. I'm like, yeah. I mean, I'm not upset about it. This is not a big deal. But, you know, I still preferred that it wasn't broken at all. But at least she didn't throw it in the trash, so I'll put her over for it. But, I mean, come on. I'm not blaming the child. She doesn't know. She just throws stuff around. But the wife should have protected this toy. Make sure it doesn't get broken. But, you know, it is what it is. Toys will be broken by children. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that you all know, and just to perhaps make the longer video longer. I don't know why I'm actually including this in the rant. Maybe I have nothing more interesting to say. Who knows? But I'm okay with it. I just once again prefer that none of my toys were broken ever. But I think it's gonna happen from time to time. And it's nobody's fault because I can hide them better, perhaps, in a place where my child won't reach them. But the thing is, I don't do that because I'm okay with her getting her hands on the toys. They're toys, right? So I'm okay with her playing with them. And I know she finds joy in them. I need to be drinking water. Make sure I'm not hydrated. I'm dehydrated. Guys, Friday night at work. It's after midnight, so technically it was already Saturday in the early hours. I would say it was around 1:30 or a few minutes after. So it's 1:30 in the morning, around that time. And guys, I was so heated from the heat in this city that I just threw up. Since before that moment I threw up, since the early minutes of my shift. So I start at 10 p.m. So since around 10:30 to 11, I felt this headache and a sensation of possibly fading. That's how hot it was. That's how hot it's been. And I just threw up right there in the parking lot. And I've been drinking a lot of water to possibly help this heating condition. I don't want to have a heat stroke. And I want to drink water, guys. If you live in the hottest parts of the world, drink water. Especially if you're outside a lot for work or whatever other reasons, drink your good old H2O. That is my advice of the week. Anyways, if you're a reader, or you're really into reading these stories, or you just want to read it for whatever reason, I just recently started a blog. So this blog, I'm going to be writing stuff, my original content, right? Stories, thrillers, horror, fantasy, whatever I can come up with. Original, written just by me, my original ideas. If you are interested in reading it, go to d2dis.blogspot.com. I will link it in the description if you want to go and check it out. That way it's easier access. Once again, it's d2dis.blogspot.com. Check it out. Don't have much up yet, but pretty soon I'll have more and more. I'm thinking somewhere between 2 or 3 posts a week. And I'm gonna deliver. I'm gonna work hard on it. That is, if you're interested, don't forget to check that out and see if you enjoy my writing style and, get into it. If you do, follow me on there and you get to read what it's the thing is, I can be more creative there than on YouTube. Trust me, because first of all, there's no guidelines, keeping me from being as creative as I want. And secondly, there's no limitations because I can write scenes without limitations, because here on YouTube, I don't have a big production company. It's just me. So even if I have certain ideas I cannot produce, I'm doing this on my own. I don't have the financial backing to do certain things. So it's very limitation here on YouTube. But in writing, as far as my imagination can take me, I can write. When you first visit the site, let me warn you, it will say it's for an adult content. Thus far, I feel like I haven't written anything I don't like, but that's just for future post. Give you a warning, because I know that I would want to include adult or rated content in the future, and pretty damn soon I will. I'm working on a lot of things. I have a lot of ideas in the back of my head, and check that out. I promise you, you will enjoy it probably a lot more than you will my YouTube channel. Just saying, more imagination, more room for growth when it comes to writing than making a video when you're as poor as me. Let's just be honest. The most annoying things in the world to me. If you know me, you know that I'm the most antisocial person in the world, perhaps, if not one of the most antisocial people in the world. Anytime I need to talk to somebody, if I can avoid it, I do. I do not enjoy talking to strangers. I do not enjoy talking to random people in the streets. I dislike it 1010%. I'm all against it. I don't know you. I don't want to know you. If I don't know you, don't walk up to me and ask me a question, because more often than not, it's a stupid question, and with an easier way to solve it without the need to ask me, and I'm gonna lay out examples. So at work, always, always, sir, sir, how do I get to, or where is this store, where is that store, how do I get there? Do I look like a map to you? Heck, I don't know. And it's annoying to be asked. It's always more annoying to be asked by somebody when they have one of these in their hands, a phone. Because there's this thing in 2019, I don't know if you guys have heard about. It's called Google Maps on your phone. And I know what you're saying, well, maybe they don't know how to do that. Really, somebody that's young, okay, if a 67-year-old man or woman asks me, okay, I understand that, I'll help you out. I'll take my phone out and help them with it, okay? Because I understand that they might not know the advanced technology. But when you have somebody that appears about 2 or 3 years younger than me and they're on their phone constantly, I mean, honestly, or they have somebody with them from that age and you know this person is young enough to understand the advanced technologies of today, they're nowhere near old. That person you see has their smartphone. It's like, really, why are you asking me? Ask your daughter there, ask your sister-in-law there, whatever, your brother-in-law, your whatever they are to them. Ask them. Like, seriously, why are you asking me? I don't know. Come on. I'm not a human map. I don't know where everything is. And I'm horrible at directing people. Of course, I do not say this to them, right? But I just dislike it because A, I'm a horrible at directions, so I come across as an idiot. B, I don't want to talk. I feel that it's unnecessary. You have a phone. You're under. Let's see. I would say if you're under 50 years old, you pretty much are young enough to figure out on the phone. I mean, come on, if you can do whatever else on that phone. It's just annoying, it's frustrating, it's not just there, it's anywhere. Anywhere. Or I'm at a store randomly with my wife and some person asked me, hey, do you know where this, does it look like I work here at Walmart? No, why are you asking me? Like, seriously, why are you asking me about this TV or that thing or where this is that? I do not work at Walmart. I don't. Leave these people. I swear to God, these people are imbeciles in this world. Why? Because either they're too lazy to want to look it up themselves on their phone, Google Maps, or they're too idiotic to use common sense and, oh, I'm just gonna Google map this instead of bugging people that I don't know about it. Okay? So leave me alone. Don't talk to me. I'm not gonna give you directions, and it's so, because half the time I have no idea what store you're talking about, because they won't ask me for a store that I ever heard of, or a place that I ever heard of, right? I don't know where other hotels are at. I live here. There's no need for me to know where other hotels are at other than the one I work at. I don't know where this hotel is or that place is. I don't know where these places are unless I've been there. Okay? You ask me where Walmart is? Yes, I can tell you where Walmart is. Target, HB. But you ask me certain places like where a warehouse or whatever, I don't know. I don't know where um, Coca-Cola drives and delivers their merchandise. I have no idea. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know. You ask me where a restaurant is, unless it's a well-known name and chain restaurant, then maybe I'll know where a McDonald's is, or a Burger King, or a Chick-fil-A, or stuff like that. But if it's one of those no-name places that I never heard of, I'm not gonna know. I'm not a restaurant guy, and people just assume, is it because of my belly? No, they just assume that everybody here in town knows where everything is. I do not. I don't care. I don't go out. Here's the thing. I know a lot of women these days, these eras, they don't know how to cook, right? So they go out to eat. So all those people, they know where restaurants are because they're too lazy to cook for themselves and for their husbands and for kids. My wife is obviously not lazy. She cooks for us. And so I don't need to spend all that money unnecessary on restaurants. Once in a while, we'll pick a Popeyes or a Pizza Hut to go out and eat, or um, Chuck E. Cheese or whatever. Some special occasions. Not every day. Let's go out to eat here at Chinese restaurant. And that's the thing. It's always the type of restaurant that I would never know where to find or what is. They'll ask me where um what's it called, this sushi places, and I have no idea, never heard of it, or I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know. They never ask me for a location that a lot of people will know. No, it's always these no names to me. I don't know. I never heard of those places. Just because I live here doesn't mean I know where everything is. Google it. You have your phone right there. I see you have your phone. I see you're under 50 or 60 years old. You're young enough to know how to use that phone. I know you are. Don't act like a buffoon. Don't be lazy. Figure it out. Okay? And that's just anywhere. Anywhere I go. Don't want to be bugged. And then there's people who try and have a conversation with you, try and be friends with you. I'm not anywhere to make friends with anybody. Do you see that I have friends? No. I don't need friends. I don't want friends. I'm happy without them. Is it cool to have somebody to talk to once in a while? Yes, but I'll talk to people that I already know. I'll talk to my brother. I'll talk to the guy at work because he's there. That's it. Don't need to talk to anybody else. I have my wife to communicate with and talk to anytime I want to have a conversation and I need company. I'll have a conversation with my daughter. I'll freaking talk to myself like I do on this video right now. If I have to, I do not need friends. I never needed them. I never had a point to them. It's not necessary for me. I'm always kept to myself. I don't want friends. Stop trying to talk to me, people. You're strangers. I don't want to talk to you. You shouldn't need to talk to me. Just leave me alone. I don't want to socialize with anyone in the world. That's why I don't allow you to put comments, because I can care less what you have to say. I don't care what your bad opinions are, because most of them is all negative. I see them on everybody else's channel. You just put everybody down. I don't care what you have to say. I know it's gonna be all negative. It's all gonna be negative, that this or that. I don't need that. That's why I don't allow anyone to put comments on my videos. Screw all that. I'm not here to have conversations with everybody. I'm gonna put the videos I want to put. And if you don't like it, don't subscribe. And if you do like it, subscribe, and thank you very much. But if you don't, then it's your issue. And I'm not gonna fix things on the channel to benefit you and your enjoyment. It's about what I like and how I want to do things. Okay, guys, I actually cut a very long great about 7-minute promo on my brother, but it got lost. I don't know why. There's a dysfunction in the camera. Didn't save that part of the video. And right now I'm low on battery, so I guess I'll do that same rant some other time. Look forward to it. Think that's enough. The battery's gonna die anyways. Thank you for watching. Good night, y'all. Horrible video.